Porter Jr. finds a new home here in a trade with the Houston Rockets and the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, Kevin Porter, we know the problems. He had a tantrum when the trade last week where they got Jared Allen and Taurean Prince was the Cleveland Cavs, and Taurean Prince took Porter's lock and he threw food or whatever the deal was for Porter. It's only his second year in Cleveland. They didn't really get much for him in this deal. Porter was a first round pick last season, and now they got a second rounder from Houston. Houston using some of their draft picks to try to get better, and it's a good move for Houston. I think they want to get younger. They're in kind of a rebuild and try to win now move. So the Rockets roster is a little middle of the pack, I believe, with a rebuilding type of team and a team trying to contend. But John Wall's injured. Eric Gordon, he's been in and out of the lineup this season. DeMarcus Cousins, he just can't get his legs under him. And Christian Wood, he's been great, but now he's banged up with the sprained ankle. But anyway, Kevin Porter, I don't think he'll have much fantasy value earlier in the season unless the Rockets make a few other trades. But it's a good piece to get for Houston, a young guy who was a first rounder in the draft last season, like I said. And last year, 10 points a game, 3.2 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 0.9 steals a game, 0.3s, 2 turnovers a game, 1.1 3-pointers made, 72% from the line, and 44% from the field. So this season, he didn't play at all with Porter. And now with Houston, I don't think he's going to have much of a role to start the year, unless, like I said, Houston trades away some of their guys. So Porter, he'll go to Houston. He's still owned in 15% of fantasy leagues, and I think that number should stay the same right now, or even go down, because the playing time's going to be tough with a lot of guys ahead of him there. You got Oladipo, you got Eric Gordon, like I said, you got PJ Tucker, you got Daniel House, so they got a bunch of guys. You got Jones and Brown now stepping in, so there's a bunch of guys in the pecking order over Kevin Porter, but it's a decent landing spot. Next season, I could see him have more value for the Rockets than this year, because he's still under team control 3 or 4 more seasons. So Kevin Porter traded late night last night to the Houston Rockets from the Cleveland Cavaliers for a second round pick, and let's see if he'll be on good behavior and maybe carve a rollout with the Rockets this season.